But we did have something happen earlier in the week. I think I sent it to you, and you were like, "God, that's really interesting, and I never really hear men talk that way." And I was like, "Yeah, but maybe he was talking about it because it didn't cost him anything now." Who we were talking about? We were talking about Al Pacino. Oh, may I? Sorry. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
of
stop it.
course.
Al Pacino remembering and talking about Diane Keaton. Obviously, they acted together in The Godfather. I think she was cast beautifully in that movie. She's such an unusual casting for that character of his wife and
Okay.
going into this of Kay going into this mafia family. Um, but it was really sort of like he's like, I should have married her and all of this. And Sarah and I batted it around a bit, and it was like there was just something that was just a little off. It just didn't somehow ring exactly true. Not that I was doubting it, but just like I was doubting that he would actually say something like this or say it like not for effect. It's like I told Sarah on the text. Like I have had friends, like people I knew in college, let's say, and 20 years later they're like, "Didn't you know I was in love with you?" And I'm like, "Well, no, like I didn't." Like it was something that they had for themselves, but they couldn't actually say it at the time. And this was what Pacino was doing in this very almost quite grand, like touching, pull on the heartstrings, like, "Oh, look at that. Men really do
Well,
really
it
are
really affected me because he was like, I was always too scared. She
this
was
and
she was going
that."
to outshine me, and she said in her book that I didn't need her, but I did need her.
I
And
did
like
need
that shit
her.
pulls on all my heartstrings cuz
Yeah.
I'm not even going to talk about it, but like there's reasons. And I've got an Al Pacino, and I was like, that's how he feels. And and then later when you were like, this is a little bit for effect, I was like, yeah, I guess so, but that's still interesting too.
Yeah.
And then last night, my friend was like, that's AI. And I was like, oh, fuck.
One reason being is just, I'm sorry. Obviously, all men are not alike, but men just don't kind of talk that way.
They
Like,
don't talk like that.
I needed her, but I couldn't admit that. I'm like, because he's an actor. Well, maybe, but yeah, it's AI.
It's
So there you
AI, and
go.
I'm sure it was written by a gay man or a straight woman because they know exactly what women want to hear, which
That's
is that the
right.
guy that fucking shafted
That,
you just thought that he wasn't good enough for you,
oh,
and
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. He's
yeah,
just not that into you.
he's just
Anyway,
not that into
it was
you.